Hi, my name is Alan Jones. I'm here at the MotorClassica in Melbourne, and you're watching it all on Bumper to Bumper.
Okay, Tim, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Thanks, Rusty. Nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me on.
That's all right, mate. With a car like that, how could you not be on?
Well, my 1955 Cadillac Coupe de Ville is the pride of my life at the moment, so enjoying every minute of it.
No, great. Now, first of all, we're here at MotorClassica for 2018, and you've got your car here. How'd you get your car here in the first place?
Well, look, I started collecting cars late in life then. I wanted a 1964 Corvette Stingray, which I have, and I then wanted a yellow Cadillac, 55 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Yes.
And I wanted it to be perfect because I'm not into doing the actual restoration work. So as I looked through the global sites,
yes,
I found two that measured up to my expectations. One was in New Zealand and this one was in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
And I bought this one.
Okay. Do you go and see it, or you buy it sight unseen?
No, well, very fortunately for me, I have my daughter who lives in Texas, and the men in her family are all car guys.
Oh, yes.
And so we set up a Skype session with four of them crawling all over the car for quite a few hours while I could see it. Well, there were no faults on the car, but we went under it, they started it, everything, and I was quite happy with that. And I made a deal with the sales representative at Triple F Autos in Fort Worth, Texas. It had come out of a collection and managed to get it into the country without a mark on it.
All right.
A beautiful car.
Now, was it in this condition when you brought it in?
It was in this condition. I have cleaned it up and redone all the rubbers and all the seals,
Yep.
gaskets. I've had the engine out, not for any reason other than maintenance. It had a few oil leaks. The rear main seal was leaking. The wheel cylinders were leaking through lack of use. And so I've just upgraded all the mechanical parts on it and got rid of all the leaks and updated the brakes.
All right. Now, what's it running engine-wise?
It's a 331 cubic inch Cadillac. It's a numbers matching car, so it's the original engine in the car.
Yeah.
But it is stock standard.
Yep.
But it's been completely rebuilt. Every nut and bolt on the car, body off, nut and bolt restoration, absolutely everything has been replaced or renewed, and it's just such an immaculate car.
How many owners has this car had?
Well, I believe I'm the third owner. I've gone sincerely into the history of it, and the best I can locate is the man who did the restoration on this, he was the second owner.
Yep.
The car has spent its whole life in the San Francisco Bay Area of California.
All right. You've even got some of the original owner's manual, haven't you?
I have indeed, and the original owner has written notes all over the manual, some of which are quite crazy, but some that stand out are a service involving switching the wheels from front to rear, gassing the shock absorbers, oil change and everything cost $4.
$4. There's a big difference these days, isn't it, to new cars?
Absolutely now, yes indeed.
How are you finding MotorClassica?
The show's fantastic. Look, I've been here many times as a spectator and a daily entrant. To have my car invited to be part of the Cadillac exhibition was amazing, and
Yes.
I'm very humbled by that. And I've been, the car's been judged today. I've had very positive responses from the 5 different judges. So I'm very proud to be here, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Ah, fantastic. Great to see. And I can see the enjoyment on your face too. Now, I've pulled you away from your VIP lunch so you can go back and have some lunch and caviar and whatever it may be.
Much more important.
I'll be
to
back
talk to you and
working.
the viewers.
All right, Tim, all the very best and
Thanks,
enjoy your
Rusty. I
time.
really appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, Peter, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Thank you. Very well.
That's good. Now we're here at MotorClassica for 2018. You've got a Maserati behind you that you've restored for a customer?
Yes, for a customer. Yes, we do all our cars for customers.
Not just for yourself?
Can't afford it.
No, neither can I. So what was this car like when you first got it?
Basically a basket case. The body came to us partially restored. We had most of the other parts come in boxes. So it was a process of putting it all back together again and then doing all the fine tuning.
All right. So the condition of the car rust-wise?
A lot of the body work had been done, so some of the rust work had been done already. We had new door skins fabricated. We did a lot of work around the boot area and the back of the car, and then it was just a matter of setting everything up, because when we receive the car, having no parts on it, everything needs to be fitted, and fitted multiple times. So setting up the lights, setting up the doors, setting up the roof, everything that you do on a car like this, especially for a show car, is fit, refit, fit, try again. Then you move through the stages of preparation of paint. So, you've got the undercoating stage, the polyester stage, the primer stage, and then painting stage. So it's painstaking, it takes a lot of time, it's very labour intensive.
Yeah. Okay, so what was the duration and period for this restoration with this car, and was the customer asking to be a show car straight up the bat?
Well, the car's taken probably about 8 years in total. We've had it for 5. We made the decision earlier this year, I believe, because the years tend to flow into each other when you're doing MotorClassica cars. We made the decision earlier in the year to bring the car to MotorClassica. We did have a Mercedes slated for the show, and for various reasons that didn't work out. So because we've had cars here for a number of years, we wanted to have a presence. This was the obvious choice. So we spoke to the owner about getting the car ready. He was happy to move forward. Once he pulled the trigger, off we went.
Yeah, of course. All right. Now, what is some of the work that you guys do at Recreation?
Well, we do the body, the paint. We subcontract out our trim work and our mechanical work and our chrome work. That it takes the worry out of doing that for us, so that we send it off, it's done, we know it's going to be right, and we can focus on other things, such as the interior and the mechanical aspect. So we work closely with all the people that we contract. They're all specialists in their trade. They're all excellent at what they do. That's why we use them.
And obviously you must be experts at what you do, of course, because this is a high dollar value car too.
Yeah, it is. We believe we can take this car anywhere in the world and hold our heads high in any concours in the world. Both my partner and I have been in the business for 40 plus years. So we've had a lot of experience with a vast range of cars. We haven't done too many Maseratis, so it was a challenge. It was something a bit different. But we've employed people that we believe, one, are very good, but two, are very good people. So we've built a team, and we've got a lot of young guys working for us. We've built a team that works well together. We keep coming back because our clients want us to keep coming back. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hours go into it, and obviously a lot of money, because it's such a labour-intensive job. But if our clients want us to come, what are we going to say? Yeah, okay, we'll come. So that's what we do.
All right. Now, how you been enjoying the weekend so far?
I'll be happier when the judging's done, because then we can relax. Once the judging is over, our job's done. So when the judges are here and they've done all the things they need to do, we can sit down and enjoy the show. Up until then, it's a little bit hard.
And I can appreciate that, because obviously, from my point of view, I'm trying to interview people about the show, but you're actually waiting to be judged because it's part of your whole profession, what you do for your customer and for future clients.
The reality is that we come to win. I mean, everyone that's entered has that vision, but we're very competitive. We believe we've got a world-class product, and we want to win. So for us, tomorrow at 3:20, we'll know just exactly what happens.
Well, all I can say is thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper, and best of luck for tomorrow at 3:20.
Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, today we're at MotorClassica and we have a living legend with us, Alan Jones. Alan, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Now we're here at MotorClassica for 2018. We're sitting beside your F1 car from 1980, I think. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, well, 79 or 80, there wasn't much difference. It was update basically from 79 onwards.
All right. And obviously they're celebrating here at MotorClassica 90 years of Formula One. How does that make you feel?
What, having done the first one? Or no? No, actually excellent, because a little known fact is that Australia actually held the very third Grand Prix. First one was in France, second one was in Italy, and the third one was in Australia, down at Phillip Island, and an Austin 7, I think, won it. So long history, and as you say, celebrating 90 years of it.
Now, how have you been finding MotorClassica for the last couple of days that you've been here? I know you've done a lot of media events, so obviously you must be getting very tired.
No, I'm loving it, to be honest with you. Normally I don't like these sort of events because I do find them quite tiring, or tiresome.
Yes.
But no, I mean, there's some fantastic cars here, and such a diverse range of cars. You know, from racing cars to vintage cars to modern cars. It really is fantastic.
All right. Has anything picked up your eye in regard to something that's really taken your eye for fancy?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. I can't believe the quality of restoration of a lot of them. And, you know, it's like a little boy in a lolly shop. You feel like picking up a few and running away with them.
Yes, well, I just did an interview with a guy who does the company name is Reflections. They did a Maserati, and the quality on that is absolutely immaculate.
Is that the Ghibli convertible?
Yeah,
the other
that's it.
one, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
They've done a great job. I was surprised that was the original colour, to be honest with you, because I asked them yesterday, is that the original colour? And they said, yes, it is, but magnificent restoration.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to ask you was, being in Formula One and also touring cars as well, you've raced a whole diverse range of types of cars. What has been your best car that you've driven?
The one behind me.
Yeah?
And any Formula One car.
Okay.
Because it's like asking a jockey, does he prefer racing a thoroughbred or a draft horse? And you can only say that the Formula Ones are the thoroughbreds. I'll leave up to your imagination what the draft horses are.
Yeah, my wife's into horses, and I know exactly where you're going on that one. So that's interesting. Do you own any of the race cars that you've actually ever...
No, I don't.
No? Do you own any... Obviously you have a car, but do you own any classic cars?
I have a Lexus.
Oh, okay. And obviously that's a beautiful car.
I love them. I seriously love them. I mean, my daughter rides horses. She jumps, and we've obviously got a float for doing all of that. My wife's got an LX 570, which doesn't even know the float's on the back, and I've got an LS 500, which is the new twin turbo 6-cylinder one, which is look. I honestly love the product.
One of the cars you drove at Bathurst was a Ford Sierra in the Touring Car Championships. What was that like to drive around Bathurst itself?
Oh, well, look, I think anything around Bathurst is exciting. It's a wonderful circuit, you know. It's truly a one-off circuit. It's people who have never been there and only watch it on TV have no idea of the change, you know, and the blind corners and so forth. It's great. And the fact that you're in a Sierra, you know, with tiny little tyres, skinny tyres and all that horsepower, it gets your attention for sure.
And then you started to drive the Falcons around there as well. Was the Falcons a better car or not?
Oh, just different basically. You know, probably a little bit easier to drive, I would say, if anything, but you know, they're all racing cars.
All right, so I've asked you about probably what's the best car that you've ever driven. I want to ask you, what's the best track that you've ever driven on a world scale?
Well, there's a few of them actually. I mean, I used to love Watkins Glen, upstate New York, which they don't use anymore. That was a fantastic circuit. I like the old Austrian circuit before they started putting chicanes everywhere, which they've given to do now. Very fast, very long sweeping corners, fantastic circuit. I like, and then just to diversify away from that, I like the circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, where they have the Canadian Grand Prix. And that's totally opposite. That's tight and twisty, and it's on an island, and you know, that's a great little circuit.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to have to wrap it up very quickly now, because I know that your time is precious. I want to say thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper and for your time here at MotorClassica for 2018.
My pleasure, thank you.